G'day, it's Karl Thomson here from StorageCraft Asia Pacific, and today I'm doing a quick demo on the Granular Recovery for Exchange. So this is the GRE tool that we have. The current version is version 8. When I open it, the first wizard that always pops up is the open source EDB. This will open by default, and as you can see here, it's remembered the last EDB file I've selected. So this is a 2003 backup EDB file I have. Got the associated log file folder path selected there, as well as the STM file because it is 2003. So attempt to skip EDB recover and repair and click open. You'll see there it initializes on the top left, and we can drill down through the folders and right into individual emails, contacts, calendars, notes, tasks, etc. Very quick, very easy. We can also perform a search across the entire EDB. I type in the word photo, it's going to search subject, body, contents, attachments, that kind of thing, and give us a full search across the entire EDB, including all mailboxes, so we can see what it's found. In the search under advanced, you'll also see body, subject, to, from, attachment name, etc. So very easy to granularly search for particular emails. Now, in terms of recovery, we need to select a target. So if I click on the open target, I can choose a PST, either create or open an existing one, or connect directly to a live Exchange server. So this might be your existing Exchange server, or it might be a new one. So all mailboxes or directly to a single mailbox. Put in the server name that's remembered it from before for me. I'm going to tick public folders, and you could also type in a CAS server if you have one. Click open. It will open down the bottom left. Once it initializes, it is using a current MAPI profile. We can now expand out this as per the top, and you can just see how easy it is to drill right in and select a file or an email, so to speak. So we can see there the contents has come across to the right hand side. Now what most people do for recovery is create a separate folder. They want the user to know where the email has been recovered to. So, recovery, whatever you want to call it, and just simply drag and drop. It is that easy. Confirm, yes. Runs as a background task, so if I did a whole lot of stuff, I could go and find other bits and pieces while that's happening. So I could go into inbox here for user 2, select this recovery down the bottom, select a couple of emails by holding down shift, and simply drag and drop. Confirm location, yes. Again, you can see on the left there it was running as a background task. Click OK. And there's our email. So it's that easy. And if I quickly just flick over to Outlook, you can see here in real time there's that recovery folder, and there's the bunch of emails that I just copied across. So very quick, very easy. I could also grab the whole inbox, for example, and dump it in there. Yes, again, it's going to run up here in the restoration in progress jobs. Took 3 seconds. I'm not talking about a ton of data that I'm dealing with here today, but you can just see the process is very easy. And obviously the speed, it comes down to, the speed of your servers, the network between the backup GRE and the Exchange server and that kind of thing. In this instance, I'm dropping the entire mailbox onto that recovery. Yes. You can see there again, it's just running as a task. And if I go back to Outlook and take a quick look at that, you will see there's the inbox I copied, but then the entire mailbox, which would bring across contacts, calendars, tasks, and notes, etc. if they were all there. So very easy. I could drag user 2 down on top of another mailbox to merge it. Now, before you do it, you always want to check under Tools and Settings to deal with the duplicates. It will create a duplicate first, which is going to double up everyone's mail. It is a real nuisance. Make sure you select skip or override if you don't want to do that. So just bear that in mind. If I grab user 2 and drag it onto the mailbox database, this actually becomes a migration. Migrate that mailbox to this new database, yes. Okay, so display name, it's found that from the EDB file. Choose an OU where I want to save it. Email address, password, make sure this meets complexity requirements. Better type that in right the second time. Click begin. Now the key thing here is a user account has been created in Active Directory. Just reading off here, a mailbox was then created, and then the restore is in progress. So that's already done. It's a very quick process, but what GRE has done is it's created that user account, created the mailbox, and then moved that mail across. So it's a really good migration tool. Now, bear in mind, this is a 2003 Exchange server, and I'm going to drag and drop it straight onto an Exchange 2013 server. Migrate to mailbox database, and I'm doing an entire EDB migration. Again, choose the OU because it's going to have to create all these user accounts. Choose the SMTP address, the default password. You notice this time I don't get to choose the display name, etc. It is going to bulk do that from the name that's pulled from the EDB file. Click begin, and you can see on the left there, if you quickly take a look at restorations and exports, it's going through one by one doing that process, and very much the same as before, except this time it's done on a bulk create. Now if we look at this, it's just popping up to confirm that these are successful, which is great. What you can see here is user 4 and user 5. A user account and mailbox were created and the restore process is in progress. User 2 failed, and again the administrator one would have failed as well, you can see here. So the key thing is that they already existed. We had done user 2 beforehand in the demo, and administrator is already there. So it will not, by design, replace, migrate, or automate any of the accounts that already exist. So that's a great thing, because I can now go and grab this one separately and drag and drop it over the top. So just remember, if you're ever doing this, that duplicate option under the tools menu, you want to make sure that it's set to skip, or you know, be aware that if that did have the same mail in there, it's going to duplicate it. And you know, so that's got that real safety built in. Now if I just quickly flick over to my Exchange server, go into Active Directory, you can see here under my migration OU the 5 user accounts I've created. If we take a quick look at account, it's got the user must change password at next login, which is handy, and it's not a member of anything. There's no existing email aliases brought across or any groups. It's a new object in AD because all we've opened is that EDB file. So with that in mind, that's basically the demo today. Very quick. I will be doing a more technical demo that will also be available to you, which will be probably about a half-hour demo, which will go into a lot more of the scenarios and how it all works. So thank you for your time, and hopefully that was useful to you. Cheers.